Whether it is time for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, bread is always there. Bread is one of the fundamental foods of both the Arab and Jewish culture. This is the largest oven in Bethlehem. It produces more than 120 kilograms of bread a day, and each batch requires 2 bags of wheat flour, each weighing 60 kilograms. This oven was created in 1998, 20 years ago. We started this profession using simple tools which belonged to my family, and we were able to use and develop the machines. Our production is high thanks to the use of the machines. We follow a specific production line and our special recipe to make this Arab bread so that it can get to the homes and to the families warm. In the Jewish tradition, bread is intimately linked to the history of Israel, to the different feasts celebrated throughout the year, and to the natural cycle of the agricultural production. During Pentecost, the harvest of wheat and barley used to be celebrated and offered to God as first fruits, 50 days after Easter. Bread, therefore, has always been linked to the experience of Thanksgiving and meals and in daily activities.
Benedetto sei tu, Signore Dio dell'universo, dalla tua bontà abbiamo ricevuto questo pane, frutto della terra e del nostro lavoro, è esattamente la traduzione.
Blessed be the Lord God of the universe. Through your kindness we receive this bread, fruit of the earth and of our work, is the exact translation in Catholic terms of the blessing that the head of the Jewish family pronounces before eating, at the beginning of the daily meal. Bread retains its value as a fundamental element of the everyday life. There is a meaning related to the blessing God gives to men through this element. Man lives on the continuous blessings he receives from God.
Quotidiana e di una significazione che rimanda a quella benedizione fondamentale che Dio dà all'uomo attraverso questi elementi. L'uomo vive di una continua benedizione che riceve da Dio.
In the Jewish tradition, bread also symbolized men's direct dependence on God. This brings us back to the dependence of the ancient agricultural society on the weather conditions that could jeopardize the harvest of wheat, and consequently the making of bread, a blessing coming from God. Also from the Gospels we can deduce Jesus' special relationship with bread, that it is present in the multiplication scene as a sign of trust in God, and later in the Last Supper during the institution of the Eucharist.
La sua reale presenza in mezzo a noi. E lui non sceglie di restare in mezzo a noi con un elemento.
Bread is now his real presence among us, and he is not among us by means of a particularly precious element from the daily table of the Jew of his time. But he does so starting from a very simple, poor, and natural element, because he reveals himself to everyone and not only to the rich and to the privileged.
Da una parte perché lui vuole rendersi presente per tutti, non vuole rendersi presente solo sulla mensa, non so, dei ricchi, dei privilegiati.
Even Jesus' birthplace, Bethlehem, in Hebrew, the house of bread, reflects his mission, the incarnate Word who becomes food. Jesus used an almost insipid and colorless element that was part of the daily life of his people to reveal his simple presence, which in the Eucharist is absolutely concrete and real. At the Last Supper, Christ celebrated the Passover, the deliverance of the people from Egypt, but above all, he established the new Passover, a new liberation, no longer from ancient slavery, but from sin and death.